Today's the day. My new sublimation printer just arrived yesterday, but I have a moment. I'm going to tear apart my old one and put in the new one. And I'm gonna hope that it fixes the issues. Come with me, won't you? Let's try this together. All right, so I am trying to work on some new sublimation designs, and at first glance, this looks like, oh my gosh, how cute, right? Yeah, it is cute, but what's not cute are the lines. Hang on, let me turn you around. So I don't know how well you can see it, but on this mountain here, let me zoom in. You see the vertical lines? Yeah, those aren't supposed to be there. And it's on anything that really has a dark area. And these are not supposed to be this gray color. I think I just put it in for too long heat-wise. But those windows aren't supposed to be that blue. And there's just quite a few inconsistencies with the quality of the print. Those vertical lines are the biggest culprit. So I've been back and forth with the tech support for the manufacturer of the printer. It's a Sawgrass SG-1000, and I've been communicating with Sawgrass the whole time, and they've been really great. They've been getting back to me in a pretty timely manner. And finally we got to the point where we're like, okay, well, let's just try a new printer. And I'll do a story time in a little bit about this printer because it's kind of been a nightmare from day one. Not that the printer's necessarily bad, although this specific one is, but it's a whole story. It's like my juju around the situation is just not good. So we have the new printer. I'm going to take the ink out of my old one and put it in the new one. Cross my fingers that that solves the problem, and if it doesn't, I'm gonna be in a world of hurt. But come with me as we switch these out. All right, so first of all, let me show you another design that I was having problems with. So here's another design that I was having problems with, and it's really hard to tell on camera, but this one also has vertical lines running through it. That's kind of a bad example. This one, you can probably see a little bit better. There's like one thick line here, but there's also little lines in between that, and there's little lines. I mean, yeah. Also, the shading is not doing what it's supposed to be doing. It should not be printing like this because that's definitely not what the design looks like. So if we compare this with my sticker that I designed and had printed by another company, this is what that's supposed to look like. And this is what, it's mirrored because of sublimation, it has to be mirrored. But not only is the color off, which wouldn't bother me necessarily, but this shading is just not it. And I have the mugs over here to prove it. I printed a few where the shading was actually decent. The shading was not bad. It was doing what it was supposed to be doing, but you can see this red vertical line here. So this is what it ended up doing after a little while. It did not blend the shading at all, and you can actually see the lines really clearly on this. It's just, it was horrible. Not very good. So, after going back and forth and sending the printer manufacturer samples of my graphic that I was using and pictures of how it was printing and pictures of how it was applying, just not good at all. So we're gonna switch everything out here. So I just need to pull all this stuff off, set this over here, and then I do need to reuse the inks that are in here and put them into the new printer. But before I do that, I just want to check the ink levels. And you can see here that they're about 60-ish%, 60 to 70%. All right, so I have it all out of the box, all the tapes off. I installed the ink cartridges, took them out of the old one, put them in the new one like I was told to do. They did not send me any new ink cartridges. These are the cartridges I received. And here are the instructions on what to do. So now I'm gonna go to sawgrassinc.com/install. Oh, I still need to put paper in. I just plugged it in to the power source, and next up is to turn it on, but I'm gonna go to this website before I turn it on. I'm gonna get some paper. I'm just gonna use some regular old paper. Does not need to be sublimation paper for the startup phases until you get to the test part. I did unlock this extended drawer. When I first got my first printer over there and set it up, I was real unsure how to do everything. Like, I don't want to break it, I'm scared, but now that I've got it all figured out, it's not quite so bad. I'm gonna pull out the extended tray, and now we're gonna go to the website and then turn this puppy on. What? What? Oh, Sawgrass Inc. Sawgrassinc.com/install. Okay, that probably, yeah, that makes more sense. All right. Okay, yeah, fine, whatever, except I already have the program. I want to set it up is what I want to do. I guess play this. Okay, I already know all that part. So she already turned the machine on. Okay. Let me back up just a minute. Okay, plugged it in. Oh, now it says power. Well, that's not what the box says. Okay. So the box said to take all the tape off, open the thing, then put the ink in, close it, put the paper in, plug it in, and then turn it on. So the website's a little backwards. So I'm going with what the box says. It should just know that the cartridges are in there and then go through the initial 7-minute charge, which is probably going to take a lot of this ink, and that's a bummer because it's very expensive. But you gotta do what you gotta do. It's not working correctly, so. Okay. Loading ink for the first time. All right, so I will be back in approximately 7 minutes. Okay, so focus, there we go. So the ink has loaded. It says it's ready. Oh, it took quite a bit out. That's a bummer. But we're going to do the test print on the software. I need to hook it up and make sure it's all hooked up and everything. So I need to do that next. So I need to follow all these steps here. And when I get back from doing that, then we can test print. All right, so now I'm adding the printer to the Sawgrass Print Manager, and I am on a Mac computer, so it's a little different, but it now has a version update. So I'm updating the firmware right now, and hopefully once that takes care of that, then we'll be good to go, and I can print a sample. The lighting is really bad right now. It's really dark outside, and I have Christmas lights up, so and these lights are really yellow, so that's the way it is. But while this is updating, I'm going to tell you guys my little story time. So basically, I ordered this printer back in like October, I think, early October, maybe the end of September, somewhere in there. So I ordered the printer, I ordered this ginormous heat press over here, and I ordered a whole bunch of sublimation blanks because I'm like, okay, I'm doing this. I took out a business loan to do all this, and yeah. So not only did the first printer that I ordered get lost in transit, it was taking forever. Like, it should have been here in a week, and it was like 2.5 weeks. So I contacted the company, and they call FedEx, and they're like, yep, it's lost. We'll send you a new one. So they sent out a new one, and as soon as the new one got here, the old one delivered as well. So I had two in my possession at the same time. I picked one. I can't remember which one I picked at this point. I think it was the original, and I sent the replacement back. So I had the original, sent the replacement back. I put the original, you know, I did everything I'm doing today, set it all up and started printing, and you know, it takes a little time to get used to new equipment, new software, figure out the quirks of the machine, and then finally I got it down and I started making my fall items. This is one of them. And it seemed to be going really well at first, but then I started noticing the streaks in the prints, and it doesn't do it to all of them, and it doesn't do it to all the colors. Just what I've noticed, it's the really dark colors, not black though, like dark blue and dark green and dark red. Those are where I have the biggest problems. And so I was on going back and forth with Sawgrass customer support about this is what's happening. I sent them pictures of, I sent them my original file artwork. I sent them pictures of what it was doing. I sent them pictures of what it looked like when I sublimated the item. We troubleshooted. I cleaned the print heads. I did all the things that they recommended me do. And finally they're like, okay, we'll send you a replacement, and then you just send the old one back. So that's where we are now. I'm hoping that it fixes the issue. I think my ink level is about 50% now, which isn't great, but what else can I do? I have to fix the quality issue. So it looks like the update is finished. Let's go on to the next step. Okay, so it is finishing up, and click finish once your printer returns to ready state. So let's take a look. Yep, we are in the ready state. So we can click finish. And once we click finish, I think that's it. So printer utilities. And here's both of our printers. Now it says that it's offline here, so that's kind of, I don't understand. What we're gonna do is do a printer status nozzle check. Let's try printing a nozzle check and see if it prints. Then we'll know if it's online or not. Okay. Oh, yep. Pull the tray out. Okay, nozzle check commencing. Alert for what? Oh, misfeed. Okay, that's not a good start. We are not, oh, it's just, okay, that's fine. This is fine. It's just not up high enough. I need to move this up a little bit. Okay. All right, that should do it. There we go. Okay. All right, let's check. There's no boxes missing, so that looks good. Okay, nozzle check complete. Now, I don't know if I want to even attempt a head clean or do the primary chart. This will check each individual ink channel, so I am going to print the primary chart, because that is, on the other one it printed fine also, so I don't feel like I'm going to get a very good indicator of whether or not it's going to do what it needs to do from this, but it's not a bad idea to print it out and just make sure that all of the ink is doing what it's supposed to. And of course it prints mirrored, because they're assuming that you're going to test it on a sublimation item. It looks good. It is a little grainy. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be grainy or if it's because I'm printing on regular paper. But other than that, it looks okay. All right, now that we have that done, I'm gonna come over to the old printer. I think I have some paper still. Yes, a couple sheets of my mug paper. So I'm gonna take that. This is the Text Print DT sublimation print paper by Beaver Paper. So we're just gonna go right in, full force, no stopping us now. Put it in upside down, and then do this. Get it like that, okay. Make sure it's scooched up there. Scooch this up here, close that, Open this. All right. Now we're going to pick a file to print and test. Oh, I'm going to turn on my heat press and get that warmed up. I normally do 210 seconds, but I'm gonna try 190 seconds. We're using the mug press because I'm going to redo one of these designs to make sure that the lines go away. So, which one is worse? That one's pretty bad. That one is worse. So I'm gonna do the cabin in the woods and we're gonna test that one. So a 15-ounce cabin in the woods. So we're gonna come over here. I can close the utility, but I do still have to go through the Sawgrass print manager. So I'm gonna open a local file. And we're doing the mountain cabin on a 15-ounce mug because I have more 15-ounce than I do 11-ounce now at this point. So there it is. Okay. Ceramic mug, text print R, high quality, and print. Uh-oh, my battery's gonna die, so let me switch it out. Okay, while I switch my battery out, I'm like, why isn't it printing? But then I realized that it's trying to print to the old printer. So I'm gonna cancel that and I'm gonna redo it. So open local file, 15-ounce mountain cabin, open, and then I need to make sure I pick the correct printer. There we go, and that should turn green. There we go. Okay, that's the right. Okay, ceramic mug, high quality, yep. All right, print. Now that should print correctly. Our heat press is almost ready. We're only 20 degrees off. I'm gonna prep a cup. There we go. It's printing. Things are happening. So the heat press is ready. So I'm just gonna do that so it stops beeping at me. And get all of the dirt off. Dust from the factory. It's not dirt, it's just dust and particles and things. I need to get a microfiber cloth. I shouldn't be using my fingers, but uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, first of all, I did a 15-ounce design on the 11-ounce paper, but I think it's still fine. But the problem I'm seeing is that this one has lines in it also. So it's got to be something with my color profiles. But I'm printing under the color profiles they say to print under. I could put this on the mug and try it and see what it looks like. That's probably what I should do. But then I also know from the previous printer, if I do that, it's gonna look the same. It's gonna have those lines in it and I'm gonna waste a mug and have another seconds item, which is not bad. I mean, it's okay, but it's not something I can sell. It's not usable at my markets because it's not the quality I want to put out there. So I don't know what to do. I do think it might, I think it might be better. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. We'll see what happens. It's very hot. This part I'm touching is not hot, but the metal, all the metal pieces are pretty warm. Right around here, this isn't too bad. It's a little warm, but okay, here we go. There, all right, 190 seconds and we'll see what happens. So now the question I'm asking myself is, if both of the printers are doing the same thing, it must not be the printers, it must be the color profiles. So my next step is to contact the company, the manufacturer again, and ask them to get on a call with me and walk through everything that I need to do and see if they can troubleshoot it that way. And if it's still not working, which is really weird, it should print correctly without those lines, then I guess I'll have to send them both back and just not have a printer. And then I have this giant heat press, which could be useful, but without the sublimation printers, unless I want to try a different sublimation printer, which I don't really want to do. I don't know. I'm like, it's been like the last few weeks has just been not very good business wise, because of the lack of products that I've been able to do with the issues I've had with these printers, and the markets that we've been in, have some of them have been great and some of them have really not been that great, and I just feel, I'm getting real for a moment, I just feel like I'm getting a little bit lost. I am starting to do some services and I'm hoping that that can pick up where the product and retail side is lacking. So I'm offering virtual assistant services as well as some small business coaching and graphic design. So I'm doing brand kits for people. So I'm trying to build that up while this is all in a lull. So hopefully it goes somewhere. All right, we're ready to take this out. Safety first. Okay, and then I just give it a second. You can see, I don't know if you can see the steam or not, but it's pretty steamy. I just give it a minute, and then very carefully before it ghosts on me. The handle's not hot. Yep, same exact thing. Same exact thing. So it can't be the printer. It's not the printer. Am I doing it too hot? Too long? Maybe it's how I'm pressing it. Maybe it's burning itself. So this one, I'm pretty sure I did this one for 210 seconds. I did this one for 190 seconds and they look almost identical. The lines are the same. This one looks a little bit lighter, so I think I burned the ink a little bit. This one does look a little lighter though. So either I didn't press it long enough on this one and it didn't get the full color, or I pressed this one for too long and it got too much color. It got too hot and burned. But honestly, this looks closer to the computer than this one does. This one's really light. The press is great though. Like, it pressed really well, even pressure. It looks good other than the lines. Oh my goodness. All right. So it's not them, it's me. But I don't know why it's me, and that's what bothers me the most. If I knew what I was doing wrong, then I could fix it and it wouldn't be me. It would be nobody, because it'd be great. I can still sell these as seconds, so it's not 100% loss, but I need to figure this out. And now I need to send one of these printers back. So my question is, do I keep the one that they just shipped me, or do I keep the one that I've had? That is the question. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, whoa. Jeez, I almost killed myself on this chair. I think it's probably time to quit for the night. So, sorry if you don't like two-parters, but I'm not going to have a resolution to this anytime quickly. Actually, I might have a resolution by the time I get this edited and uploaded to my YouTube channel, because I'm a little behind on that. So there might be a resolution after this, but in case there's not, what was that noise? Oh, it was, no, because I'm on my camera here. Must have been the printer. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed watching me struggle, please hit that thumbs up button. I post a lot of varied content, so make sure you hit subscribe, click the bell so that you don't miss all of the other content that I have. I do also teach some videos about how to use the Cricut and how to make stickers at home and all that fun stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And until next time, I'll see you on the next video. Bye.